Hello everyone, my name is Fear Dragon, and welcome to another Modest Musings. Today's topic is going to be about first player experiences and I guess kind of the recent going of free to play for StarCraft 2. If you didn't know this, StarCraft 2 is now free to play, and if you want to go try it out, feel free. It's very easy, and there are a few things that you can purchase in the game. They have the Heart of the Swarm. So the Wings of Liberty campaign, there's 3 campaigns. Wings of Liberty campaign comes completely free. If you already own that, then the Heart of the Swarm campaign is completely free. If you don't, you have to pay for that one. You have to pay for the Legacy of the Void campaign. And I think that there are some small microtransactions in the game. There's there's something called co-op commanders, where it's like you and a partner team up versus like an AI for some sort of kind of campaign mission. And then so you can like buy different like commanders, or I guess like characters in a sense you could say, for that. And then there's also like skins and stuff that you can buy, but everything else is pretty much free. So yeah, go check that out. But on the topic of new players coming in and everything, something I think is very important to remember and realize if you are a veteran player, or even just, I guess this is, I think, pretty globally applicable to other things as well, is how much of a difference the small things make when you're playing a game. Now, I always like to use a movie as an example, all right? There are a lot, everybody has their bad movie that they enjoy. Everybody has that one movie that critics basically tore apart, a majority of the public really hated, but you happen to have watched it in just the right circumstances, and you actually really enjoyed it. Or vice versa. Everyone has that movie that everyone says, oh, this is great and everything, but you know what? You had just taken like a test that day after school, you got back, you were feeling really down and not really super into it. You tried watching the movie and you just couldn't really focus, and you just ended up not really enjoying it. Felt a little too boring. Everyone kept talking and you just weren't in the mood for that. I think that all of these things make such a massive impact on your perception, that first impression that you have of a game, of a movie, whatever. And I think it's very important to keep that in mind when you are introducing someone to StarCraft, or introducing them to a sport or a book or a movie or whatever. And of course, if you're just encountering people who are experiencing those things for the first time, because you, as someone who's involved in that experience, actually have a lot of power there. You can make it a very negative experience, or you can actively make it a bit more of a positive experience and help them find something more that they enjoy. Now, I'm not saying that everything needs to be sunshine and rainbows. If you encounter someone who's new to StarCraft 2 and you decide, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna photon cannon rush them. You know what? That is actually your prerogative. You are fully capable of doing that. And if that's the way you play, if your name is Print F, the notorious cannon rusher who got to Grandmaster by only cannon rushing on a non-barcode account, then hey, you know what? You do you. That's also an important thing. I'm not saying you need to compromise who you are or your own degree of fun in that sense. But I do think that there are other small things that can be done. Initiating conversations, or even just being generally friendly with people, giving or, not unwarranted feedback, or like a feedback that isn't asked for and everything, but being willing to, I guess, create a positive atmosphere around the game, I think can be very helpful. And even just, yeah, if they are kind of frustrated or something, and they do appear to be somewhat new, being willing to say, hey, like, look, I noticed that you seem to be like new. You don't have any games played on your account or anything. If you need to learn some build orders, or you want to learn how to play the game better, linking them to like teamliquid.net or something, or like if they, if you're a big fan of like Loco or whoever else, like I'm sure a lot of people have these different guides available on YouTube, etc. So helping them find the correct resources, or even just helping them in, like, let's say you're going to play the co-op commanders where you and a partner team up versus the AI, being patient with them and not just kind of blowing up on them, or I guess ignoring them and pretending like, okay, I guess my partner is useless, I have to 1v2 this now. Being willing to like teach them a little bit will make their experience better. And if the user base is growing, then that really only ends up benefiting us more, because there's more support in terms of people who are playing StarCraft, as well as people who may get interested in other things. StarCraft 2 is easier for Blizzard to, I guess, like monetize in that way, and they maybe see more opportunities to make more features or prioritize certain things. And just generally, you get more people that you get to play with. That's awesome. Lower queue times for 1v1 or co-op. I mean, there's so many different kind of benefits to this that I could go over that I don't even really feel like I need to. I feel like most people can kind of come up with the reasons of why having a larger player base can be helpful. And also why just generally being a nicer person can be really good. So when you're out there, you're playing your regular StarCraft 2 game, or hell, you're playing or you're watching your favorite movie or TV show or something, keep in mind that the small things really do matter. It's not always just about the big things, whether they enjoy StarCraft 2 as a whole. Sometimes it matters whether or not you had popcorn that day when you were watching that movie. And if you usually had popcorn, or the popcorn sucked, or that one person in the front row was a little bit too talkative and kind of ruined the movie for you. Sometimes that just ruins your perception of the game or the movie or the media. And sometimes the small little things where even if you were kind of having not so great of a time, you found that one really, really friendly person and it just made your day. It just makes everything better. Those things really do matter. So keep that in mind as you go throughout StarCraft and life in general. And try to make a positive impact on the world. My name is Fear Dragon. I'm going to be doing Ladder Heroes. This is going to be one of the tournaments I do. Ladder Heroes on Sunday. This is going to be EU at 7 a.m. Pacific and NA at 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm sorry you're going to do the time zone conversions yourself if you are not familiar with those. Let's see. Yeah, this weekend's going to be a little bit busy for me. I'm also getting to do an interview with Day 9. So I'm going to interview Day 9 for the North American documentary that I've been working on. And by working on, I say in kind of the loosest sense of the phrase because there's just been so much going on. I'm also working on my pitch to Blizzard for Ladder Heroes 2018. Hoping and praying that it still continues to be sponsored and we can continue running it. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy Thanksgiving coming up next week for all you Americans and stuff. And yeah,